What is going on, my YouTube friends, all my Patreon friends? How we living today? Is there a sleep token like fan base stan group name that I should be referring to y'all as? Let me know, man. Let me know. A whole bunch of y'all, probably because I was talking up the drummer a whole bunch. I love drums, y'all. A whole bunch of y'all recommended that I watch the sleep token, the offering, the Drumeo one, and it's an hour long. So I wanted to say, like, if y'all want to watch it live together, we could do that, and then that way we can go back and forth a little bit. Because what'll happen is if I watch it by myself, I won't have a whole bunch of the information, and then like I might start assuming things, and then just carrying on with that thought process through the whole hour-long video that I'll turn into 2 hours. And I kind of don't want that. So I'd rather just like talk about my stuff, which is typically like production, and like I was a live sound guy for a long time. I have like an affinity for drums. I do some studio mixing now. I'd rather do that, and y'all can keep me up to like date with what's happening with the band as we do it live, or like what they're talking about as we do it live. So let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll schedule it. Like that I think would be fun. I've done that with a bunch of other groups and a bunch of other things, and it's all been a blast. And so now I kind of have to sacrifice the summoning. But there's a whole bunch of sleep token songs, right? We can watch a whole bunch. The iconic drumming behind the summoning, and I could still like react to it after too. So let's watch this. This is gonna be my promo for us doing a live. And if y'all like don't want to do that, just let me know and I'll watch it on my own time. But I think it'd be fun. And let's do this, y'all.
This is an offering from our third album, Take Me Back to Eden, entitled The Summoning.
Cool, they even mask his voice.
During a section on this song where specifically there are no drum parts.
Let's look at this drum kit here for a second. So it's like, it's a very just straight up drum kit. Like it's just a kick drum, snare drum, and 3 toms. 10, 12, and 16. Sometimes they have 13 or 12, 13, 16. Sometimes they have like weird sizes. I think that's 10, 12, 16, which in my opinion sounds nicer. It's a nicer jump between the 2 toms. When you have 12 and 13, like it's just so similar. Or like an 8 and a 10 to like a 12. Like it's just not enough of a jump. Lots of cymbals, but all the cymbals do have a lot of different characteristics too. So they're probably there for a purpose, like a certain purpose. This is just like a trigger. He's got a drum pad over here. That's all like pretty standard, like modern drummer stuff. Okay, let's do this.
I added a live edition of a drum solo, and I want to break down one section of that. What's happening in this section is a group of 3 notes played as right, left, kick. Typically this would be counted as a triplet format. What I'm doing here is effectively counting this as 16th notes. So I'm playing series and groups of 3 over a feel of 4, which gives the illusion of the voicing itself modulating.
It's like gospel fills. That's like gospel fills, y'all, almost. Like, I don't know. I never knew how to describe it yet, but that's like the closest thing I've heard to like what a gospel fill would be by definition. I think.
An additional section within the solo is an 8-note sticking pattern of right, left, kick, right, left, kick. I play this twice through, and the voicing changes with each repeat. Before I demonstrate this piece for you, a transcription-based offering is available at the link below. Once again, this offering is called The Summoning.
This offering, that's so cool. I love that, y'all.
Once again, this offering is called The Summoning.
Oh, and I just wanted to address this too. There was a concern about me wearing like headphones and stuff, and like I am so fortunate, y'all. Like these aren't my studio speakers. They're way out of my price category, but the person who owns them can't have them in his current residence, so I get them. And like I'm way more comfortable with them than I am any headphones. I've got like $600 mixing headphones here, y'all. I think these sound way better. So like just when it comes to like stereo image, like actual replaying of the capture and like placements and quality and stuff, I trust these. Like I designed this as much as I could because I don't own this house either, but I designed this setup around these speakers. So like I'm in good shape when it comes to that stuff. I appreciate the concern though, man. I appreciate the concern.
Below. Once again, this offering is called The Summoning.
snare drum. See those buzz rolls he's sneaking in there too, man? Like not only is it just a ghost note, because that's kind of standard, I would say, when it comes to like pro drummers, but that was a tall buzz, man. That had like a 2-inch lift to that on the nib there. Like check out his left hand, man. That was wild. See that? Okay, that was a cool shot of the overhead here. Let's talk about this drum kit. So, a couple things I really like, if my opinion matters. A couple things I really like about him as a drummer. Is it 2? I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm learning. It's like the flashy parts of his playing, like the visual representation that would be flashy. I think that's more just like feel. Because like he's not really like showing off. Like he's got kind of like this swing to it. But I think that's just like him falling into the pocket. Because even though it's intricate, even though it's intense and there's a lot going on, it's got this like deep pocket to it still. And I think that's just like him feeling himself and just playing his wicked drums, just making wicked music, right? Because it's not flashy, it's not showy. Like, the extreme of that being that wedding drummer at the wrong gig, right? Like there's none of that going on. But it is still like just naturally has like a show to it, or it's exciting to watch just because it's so intricate, right? But everything like is really purposeful, and you can hear that in the way that he describes his drum fills, and probably why he wanted to talk about and highlight those parts, right? Typically, cymbals will go from left to right; they'll go smaller to bigger, depending on a bunch of things, but typically they go smaller to bigger. The holes in them just give them kind of different accents. So you can have 2 16 or 2 18-inch or crash cymbals. One might have holes in it, one might have different holes in it. They could be made of different metal, but that just changes the tone so much that now it doesn't sound like you have 2 18-inch cymbals. 2 18-inch crash cymbals that are just crash cymbals, they could be Zildjian and Sabian, and they just sound so similar, especially in recordings. But once you start beating them up and rusting them up and using different metals or hitting them with hammers and stuff, then just like tonally they sound so different that you can have more match sizes. Like I think this might be 16 18. It might be like groupings of 16 18, or this might be a couple 18s. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. It just all feels really intentional, and I vibe with that, man. I really vibe with that. Cool, man. See, same thing. Like that whole section he could have been just like trying to knock that cymbal stand over, but he's just giving it what it needs. Like he's just giving it the energy it needs. And maybe in front of a crowd, maybe it's a little different, but I vibe with it, man. It's like when the technique shows through, like the rudiments show through. Like you perform how you practice, and you can see it in this, right? I think it's super impressive. Great view. See, it's so much harder because of how like big he's letting all the riffs and everything be, because he could be like chugging away on that double kick the whole time, and there's a lot of music that is like that, but him just doing the like buh ga buh ga da, like it's fire, man. It accents the music so well instead of being like, here's all my double kicks, you know. But I think that speaks back to like the not needing to be flashy, right? Like the project is the project, and let's do this the best it needs to be, right? Fire. It's got a trigger on the other side too. My God. Fire. Nah, man, fire. That was wild. He went crazy with that. For his like outlet of energy to be like one almost stand up into the cymbals. Like, come on, man. That was nuts. This is going to be so much fun, y'all. This is going to be so much fun. I'm sitting here thinking like a lot of this heavy and intricate riff stuff usually isn't for me, man, but I just can't get enough of this. Like it feels so much more real than like other acts that I've heard or bands that I've heard that are in this like similar kind of vein, man. Like it's just, this is wild. I really dig this. Disgusting. It's so funky. Fire, man. Great performance. I love the vibe too. The offering thing, super cool. You know what? I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like this dude is way better than the guy I'm about to reference. But I one time worked with a band. It was like a ska band, and they kind of had some more punk ska band or ska music, and then they had some more like kind of dancey ska music. But the drummer had never played like your classic drum kit before. He was a Latin drummer, and he picked up drums for this group, and he was a freak, y'all. Like, he wasn't this good, but he was a freak. But like, just their feels very similar to me. And there's something in like the magic of it being like new and like just like super pro. Like, it's not like that. It feels like they're not trying to be like Dave Grohl with the hair flying all over. It's like they're there for the job, man, and they're like pro, and I'm like really, really, really good at what I do, and I'm gonna be the best by being like showing restraint. It's almost like, I don't know, man. I think this was really dope. I think this is gonna be a fun one. Let me know if y'all want to hang out live. I'm gonna have the original link to this in the description box down below, man. Let's run that up. Let's make sure that they're enjoying the love too, and appreciate y'all, man. See y'all in the next one.